Well, this week we had a very important meeting with Uisce Éireann in Clare County Council. It's a meeting that the councillors have called for a number of months to discuss a number of issues, particularly in West and North Clare, in relation to wastewater treatment and also in relation to water quality and water supply. In relation to wastewater treatment, we've seen the announcement about Broadford and Coclare, but we wanted to make sure that that progress is happening. So I asked that question about Coclare, and it is looking like that we will have movement on that project over the next few months, and I'd expect some more progress to be announced come January in relation to how that project is progressing. We also have the upgrade of the Kilmahal wastewater scheme. There has been environmental issues in that project, but it is something that is a high priority for Uisce Éireann and is being actively worked on. As we know, the Kilkee wastewater treatment plant is in the planning stage at this moment, and there is a bit of controversy around that, and I was very forthcoming and forthright with the people from Uisce Éireann in terms that there would be community kickback in relation to the location of that particular project. We know that it's badly needed in Kilkee, but the location is an issue. In addition to that, we were also looking at the water quality that we have in West and North Clare. At the moment, Ennistimon and the old and new systems in Dulac Lake are on the Environmental Protection Agency's list of at-risk water supplies. So this is of huge concern, and this again is one of the questions that I had submitted prior to the meeting to Uisce Éireann in relation to how that is being progressed. And the word on that is that it is a high priority. There's ongoing testing. There is upgrade works that will be happening in relation to Dulac Lake and the Ennistimon supply. I also put forward the idea of putting temporary filters on it to ensure that the quality stays in at a high standard. So that's certainly something that's really important, is the water quality. There's also a scheme down in Kildeister Coolmeen, a very important scheme of over 900 houses. Again, I brought this forward because it needs progress and it needs answers. We are being told that there is a report coming on that, and there will be works undertaken in order for that to progress. In relation to Doombeg itself, it was very interesting to note that Doombeg is priority one for the water supply side of Uisce Éireann. As we know, we have experienced huge outages in the Doombeg area over the last few months, and it is a high priority for Uisce Éireann. It's number one in the region, in fact. Number two on that list for the county is the core mains, which had resulted in a lot of breakages, particularly right before Willie Clancy, affecting Milltown, Core, Mullock, down as far as Cree and Coclare. So again, that's number two. So again, I was putting that forward as a question to ensure that works gets done as soon as possible. And I suppose the last one that was featured, and one that I'm fearful isn't on the radar as much, and something that I'll be fighting for, is the outages that have been experienced in the Loophead Peninsula. So as part of the questions that I submitted prior to the meeting, one of them was to get a breakdown of the number of outages in different areas around the county. And they said they will supply me with that data, because it's all about data and being able to show the statistics. And the West Clare Peninsula and Loophead have had so many outages over the last number of months. So I'll be using that data to fight for the increase and in the budget and repairs and new lines in Loophead. So that was the meeting. It was a very long meeting. It was very forthcoming, but it was great to have that relationship with Uisce Éireann and keep that. And also, and me as a public representative, I will be engaging with them constantly to ensure that getting updates on when these projects, both from a wastewater perspective and water supply and water quality, are progressed. And if elected, water is one of my top priorities to ensure that we have quality and consistent and reliable water supply in West and North Clare.